Welcome to Josh Anderson Art live cartoon drawing today. Today we're doing Wally Gator. This is another one of those kind of lesser known Hanna-Barbera cartoons from the 60s. Again, I'm a child of the 80s, and so I remember the reruns in the 80s. This character is very simple, almost too simple. I'm just doing a rough pencil sketch before we lay down some ink. Just trying to do really loose, make sure it fits on the page. Again, the character's got a collar on so that animators wouldn't have to animate the body. They could just turn his head. That's what I found out about Yogi. That's why he wore a collar. That's probably the same for Wally Gator. I actually kind of have sad memories about Wally Gator because I remember it most watching on a little black and white TV in the kitchen when I was 8 or 9. I can't remember. My mom had cancer when she was away, about 200 miles away in the hospital. And my dad had to work really early at the mine where he worked. He had to get up at like 4 a.m. or something to get out there. And so my brother and I were like 8 and 9 or 7 and 8 or something like that. And for the first time in our lives, we had to get ourselves up and feed ourselves and get ourselves off to school. And we had just started public school that year. So we were previously homeschooled. And it was very dark, cold winter. Probably one of the coldest winters I've ever experienced. I still remember thinking it was 50 below. This is in Craig, Colorado. I think I could be wrong on that number, but I just remember it being 50 below. Very dark. And my brother I think we were both taking it pretty hard. But I think I kind of hid my emotions or my feelings about it a little better than he did. I just remember him crying and me the older brother trying to calm him down, and got our breakfast and stuff, and then went out there to get on the bus. It was our first time ever getting on the bus. It was just so cold. Actually, we walked. It was a half mile or so to our elementary school, and we usually just walked to school, but this day was so cold. This one that I remember, one of the bus drivers was driving by and saw us walking and told us to get on the bus. We weren't usually bus riders, and so it was a little weird. It was new for us. So everything was so different and new. School was new, going to public school, riding the bus. All the while we're worried about her mom and her cancer. I guess I should tell you she survived the cancer. It was actually really bad cancer. It was pancreatic cancer. I didn't even know how bad it was then until later, much later. So yeah, very sad winter, and it's just, I don't know why, like Wally Gator was coming on that little black TV while we ate our breakfast, and this little Wally Gator theme song sticks in my head forever. Wally Gator is the swinging alligator in the swamp. I also thought that was a longer song, intro song. That's very short. It's funny. This caricature, like this, whoever designed these characters, probably the same guys. I don't know if it was Hanna-Barbera themselves or somebody that animated on their staff, but it's kind of funny they had this same like hat and tie that Yogi has. Like this kind of looks like a 50s sort of hat, but I guess this is the 60s, so it's still popular to wear these little type of hats. So there's Wally Gator. Super simple character. Well, this is from a still from a frame on it, and from the actual show that I found on YouTube. This series I really like to do actual stills on shows. So I'm going to ink him up real quick and then scan him and then we'll color him. I'm gonna go scan him real quick. Hang in there. Coming back with color. Right, there he is. Wally Gator. See you later, Wally Gator.